So I just want to do a quick video about starting a new fountain pen cartridge. This is always something that seems like it should be obvious, but when I actually do it, it tends to be a little bit confusing. Am I pushing too hard? Is it taking too long? That sort of stuff. So I wanted to do a couple quick demos with some new fountain pens, Platinum Preppy, Schaefer Calligraphy Mini Kit, something like that, and the popular Zebra V301. These are all pens that sell for under $10, maybe like $3, $4 each, and they all come with cartridges included. With a converter, this system is a lot easier. We should just turn the converter or push it so ink comes out and you're good to go. But with a cartridge, it's not always as obvious. So we'll kick it off with the Platinum Preppy. This one, fairly easy. Uses a standard, or I guess it's standard for Platinum, but uses a proprietary cartridge. You pop it on here, give it a push, squeeze it down. We could see the ink start to saturate. And this is not one where you can squeeze, when you could turn the body on and start to push this in the way you can with a lot of Lamis. You just have to push it on. No writing. So the easiest thing to do with a new cartridge is to put the pen nib side down and to wait. The ink will get there eventually. It won't ever leak out, or shouldn't ever leak out, but it will get there eventually. If you want to force the process and speed it up, you can apply some pressure to the nib, and you can see it does start. Basically, and this will start the sort of capillary action, and the paper will start to absorb the ink and it will get going. And that was a nice quick turnaround, maybe 30 seconds with the pen upside down, or right side up, we're gonna call it. And it started on its own. Very smooth, very easy with the Platinum Preppy. Here you have the Schaefer. This is a mini calligraphy kit. Looks like this. It includes a bunch of ink cartridges, or 5, I guess, 4 ink cartridges and 3 nibs. And this one I've never done before, but my guess is it's a very similar process. You get the ink cartridge and you pop it in. See, this side is not really obvious which side to use. Let's try over here. Yep, pops right in, no problem. So nothing immediately, even with a really large nib like that. So we'll give it a few seconds inverted, and we'll move on to the Zebra. Again, this is the V301, partially hooded nib. I believe it's a medium. These things sell for like maybe $3. Very common, easy to find. This one's more obvious. You can see the flat part that would not break. That one, you can see a little ball. That means you would push it on. Definitely takes some pressure. And when it takes a lot of pressure like that, sometimes you want to check and see if it could use a screw-on action. Nope, not that time. Again, that's something that would work with a Lamy, or most Lamis, but not all pens, so we'll just try it again. Nothing yet. Give it a twist. And there you go. Took a little bit more pressure than I would have expected, but it did go. Felt a firm click. And this one will leave open. So in case that is very slow, again, you can apply pressure, but you don't want to do too much pressure. You can spring the nib. You don't want to bend those two tines back too far and bend them permanently. But any sort of separation in between the plastic feed and the metal nib will get the ink flowing. It just will take some time, and that will slightly accelerate the process. One thing you can do, you think you can squeeze the cartridge, and that would replicate unscrewing or screwing in the converter and pushing some ink out, but that's very rarely the case that you could actually apply any pressure on these things. These are really built to last because nothing is worse than an ink explosion. Oh, there's an arrow. So look for an arrow. That might be it. Have been an obvious tip. So if you could squeeze this a little bit, that would do the trick. But honestly, I don't even think it's worth the effort because these things are so overbuilt, and the chance that you're going to squeeze it and pull it out of the pen is probably a lot more likely. You can see it's starting. If it's starting like that and you're starting it a little bit, that's a good time to give it some pressure and accelerate. Another thing some people do is they like to hit it. You have to be super careful like this. You do not want to hit the pen against the paper. What you're doing is you're hitting your hand against something else and stopping it short. That action, it can splatter, so you always want to do it over paper, but it can start to accelerate the process. Again, you could see, or you could barely make out a little bit of pressure. Nothing yet. So this is when we might hit it a few times. And now we clearly have one of those tricky ones. In this case, a few hits would work, or we have a partial, a line here and there. That means it's starting. Again, the best thing to do is really just give it a few minutes. If it is really a few minutes upside down like this, you can give it a few hits, and it will kick off, as you can see. The other thing some people suggest is you could dip a tiny bit of water into the feed area, kind of towards the top of the line between the two tines. You get a little bit of water there, and the ink will get a capillary action going, and it'll start pulling down, especially once you start writing. The issue with that is you will start to dilute your ink, and you'll have to write for, maybe a couple lines with diluted ink. So here's that Schaefer. We're back to this one. This is the one that we didn't touch. We just left it on its own for, I guess, like about 3 minutes now. We'll see what happens. Yeah, good to go. So there's all this stuff you can do, but you could also just leave it inverted and wait. That's really the best thing to do. And again, it's like 5 minutes. You can go grab a cup of coffee and wait, and it will work. The impatient thing to do, again, is to start to hit it or apply pressure. Applying pressure is probably the worst because there's a good chance, or maybe not a good chance, but you don't want to go too hard and start to bend your parts out of shape. If things get really hard, that's when you want to try the water trick. Get a drop of water, put it right in this area, or dip this into water that you're not drinking. Give it a second. That'll get it going too. These are all reasonable ideas, and they will help you with your cartridge. Again, you might be tempted to squeeze this. Might work, probably won't. Probably a bad idea. Don't take the cartridge off. If it's a new pen or a newish pen, it's really unlikely that anything happened and it's not going to work. Like almost always, you just need to give it some time. If it's an older pen and maybe you put it back in your desk not cleaned and you're afraid the ink dried, then you might have to remove the cartridge and give the whole thing a soak, but you're gonna wanna give it some time. Well, you'll probably know that that was the case because you're like, oh yeah, I probably put this thing away dirty. Maybe there'll be some dried ink on the nib or on the feed. So you might be able to see that. If it's a new pen, 9 times out of 10, it's just gonna need some time. And then if it's really stubborn or you're in a rush, that drop of water trick will do it. But here we saw 3 examples of 3 pens that are designed to be used with cartridges. And the trickiest of the bunch, these zebras, it really just took, maybe 3 to 4 minutes and a couple little hits like that. And now it's writing fine. So I think that is pretty much the basics of how you get a fountain pen going, how you get a cartridge-based fountain pen going. Hope this helps. If you have any tips I missed, I'd really appreciate them. I think these things are really a lot more helpful when everyone chips in and gives their ideas. So thanks for watching.